we are on our way to Amsterdam. I'm so excited. It's just like a quick stop. One of our friends is coming in for business for the week to Amsterdam, so we're gonna go up there for the day and see him. We stopped over in Rotterdam to visit some friends yesterday, and I didn't do any filming because I didn't think it was gonna be that great, to be honest. It was just like we were there to see friends. And it was actually really cool. So make sure and go check out our Instagram, our Wild Roots vlog. And we put up some cool pictures of Rotterdam that we grabbed on our phones and stuff, but I didn't have my camera. Oh, sorry, it's bumpy. I didn't have my camera with me because I didn't think it was gonna be great, and it was. So I'm sure we'll go back there. But we're on our way to Amsterdam right now. It's a pretty rainy, gloomy day, so I don't know everything that we're gonna get to see and do, but we're gonna go and try and take a boat tour, which looks really neat and comes highly recommended. We were gonna go to the Anne Frank house, but take note, you need to buy the tickets ahead of time online, and we did not know that, and we went to go buy them this morning and they were sold out already. And we went to go look at like 8:30 this morning, they were already sold out. I actually got put in a queue on the website to even go look at tickets for today. And I was like number 57 in line. And so, yeah, so when we come back to Amsterdam, we'll definitely be doing that. Just buy them ahead of time, I think is the key. It said that it sells 80% of the tickets ahead of time and then saves 20% for that day online and stuff. But you have to buy them online. So we will come back to Amsterdam because it's not very far, and we will do that some other time. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll find some cool stuff to do in Amsterdam this time. Oh, we're in Amsterdam. We made it. Ooh, motorcycle. And the city smells like weed. But it looks really cool. We're gonna go explore a little and then take a boat tour. I'm very excited. I am scared we're gonna try to just go get regular coffee and end up getting messed up. So we'll see. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen, because we need to be responsible because we're parents. But it looks like a really cool city. I'm excited to explore. Apparently Zoe wants the duck that's covered in pot leaves. Is that the one you want? Yeah? And there's a Donald Trump one. Pretty accurate. I think we're gonna go get one. Well, Zoe, what ducky did you pick out? Did you pick out that ducky? Yeah. Can you show us? Can you show your ducky? I gave Zoe the choice of 4 duckies, and that's the one she picked out. Apparently the one she really wanted. So being the good parents that we are, we bought that one for her. So Derek and Zoe are waiting at the burger place that we had lunch and to escape the rain. And I came down a little ways, a couple blocks, to get stroopwafels for all of us. I'm so excited, you guys. It's a coffee caramel one. Oh. Oh God. That's really good. So it's interesting because it's really crispy, which I really like. It has a nice different like texture to it. Whereas all the other stroopwafels, you know, you get in a package in America, they're soft. And so this is interesting. I expected it to be softer. And I don't know if it's just this memory. We'll have to try some more. But it's delicious and the coffee caramel is really good. I'm happy. Guys, I did it. I'm gonna do it. Oh God, I got a cannabis lollipop. I'm sure it's not even anything, which is part of the reason I grabbed one. But it's Northern Lights and Pineapple Express. So we'll see what happens. About to get cray. Amsterdam real quick. I'm filming this while we're back at home because we stayed out relatively late in Amsterdam, and then obviously got back to the room, put Zoe to bed, and then she was up at like 2 a.m. to party and like would not go back down, and we had to leave the hotel at like 5 a.m. to get back in time for Derek to still go to work that day for a meeting. So I didn't get a chance to film anything while we were there. So Amsterdam, first note, cannabis sucker, nothing happened. Obviously my little note down at the bottom probably gave you some indication. I didn't think it would, but whatever, figured why not give it a try. Although I did potentially, possibly, or not, have a cannabis muffin. Perhaps. If you followed my snap, you know the correct answer to that. But it will remain a mystery. So, I don't know. I feel like Amsterdam is a place I would have loved in my 20s. When you don't really have responsibility and you're just kind of backpacking your way through Europe and just young and free and wild, and that's when Amsterdam, I think, is meant to be enjoyed. I do want to go back because we didn't really get a chance to do anything. It was downpouring like the entire time we were there, so we basically ate dinner and lunch while we were there and went on a boat tour. And we did walk and see where the Anne Frank house is, even though, as I said before, we didn't get tickets, we couldn't go in. But even walking up to it was kind of this like really weird feeling, knowing like this is like a really big deal. Like, you're going to where Anne and her family were hiding out and were found and then taken away, and you know their story, you know what happened to them. And I feel like everyone knows that story. And so as we were walking up to, you know, towards the house and everything, it was a really like momentous moment to see the house in person. And so I'm very much looking forward to going back and seeing the inside of it. I'm sure that will be even more of a moment, you know, to experience something like that and just to know what happened. And then you think about how many houses do you pass in Europe when you're visiting or just on the daily where people were hiding out, where you don't know their story because someone, you know, wasn't writing it down and everything. And this is something very real that happened to these people, and so many people died, and it's just a really huge thing. It's a really big moment to take it in that like this was their last home before they perished, you know, and this is where they were hiding out to try and survive, you know. And it's a really kind of wild thing to think about that people were doing and had to do to try and survive and to try and save the lives of their children, and to be going through all that as a teenage girl, you know, and you don't really have a grasp on anything as a teenage girl. You know, you think you do, but you don't, you know, you're just living your life, and she was just trying to live her life the best way she could under the circumstances. So anyways, it was a really moving moment to go up to the house. And I will say I get kind of annoyed at like monuments like that. This happened when we were in the Normandy cemetery as well, and people were taking like selfies in front of the house. Like they were like taking selfies, checking their hair, like smiling, you know, and stuff. And I'm like, this is not the place for that. Like, it's one thing to obviously take footage of the house and like take pictures and take this, but to take a selfie of yourself like smiling in front of the Anne Frank house just seems slightly disrespectful. I don't know, maybe that's just me, maybe that's just how I feel, maybe I'm all old, I don't know, but it felt weird. And people were, when Derek and I were in Normandy, before we even started this channel, and people were doing the same thing at like the cemetery and stuff in Normandy. It just feels weird and it feels disrespectful, and I feel like you should be taking in the gravity of the place and the tone and these are really like somber places. They're not places for you to be smiling and taking a selfie and fixing your hair. Like, it just feels weird. Don't do it. And so, what else? We found the red light district. When we were kind of first there, we found the red light district, and I was like, we are going down there because I cannot believe this right now. And so it was like the middle of the day, and we like went down the red light district and stuff, and that was crazy. Cause you like wanna look, right? Cause you're like, oh my God, I can't believe there's a woman in this window right now, like in lingerie, like this is crazy. But you like don't wanna look cause you don't wanna make eye contact. It's like this really weird like feeling and moment. But it was just strange. It was like the middle of the day. The women are just sitting, they're just sitting in these windows. One of them was like filing her nails, one was like on her cell phone chatting, another one was like cleaning her window. It was just really, like my brain, I still don't know how to process it. It's such a crazy different thing that these women are just, you're shopping for a woman. And it's really bizarre. It's really bizarre. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do want to go down there at night sometime. But these are the things you like can't do. I don't want to take my baby down there at night. That seems really inappropriate. I mean, I realize she's probably not gonna remember or know what's going on, but like that still seems like something I don't want her to see. But I want to see it because that's just such a crazy thing of Amsterdam. Like that's such an insane thing. This city is crazy. Like it smells like weed, magic mushrooms, all that stuff is everywhere. And just totally like cool, totally fine. And I mean, they legalized it in Washington, so everyone's walking around smoking weed there too. But it still seems different, like that you go into like a little coffee shop and like I literally went into like a souvenir store and bought that sucker. Like you could buy a t-shirt that says Amsterdam on it next to it. Like it's just so weird. Oh, it's so strange. And then there's the red light district and just, I don't know. I want to go back to Amsterdam. I want to explore more of the history. I want to go to the Anne Frank house. I want to explore more of that side of Amsterdam because that's the side I feel like at where I am my stage in life that I would really enjoy. The architecture was beautiful. The boat cruise was amazing. I think that was really cool. They had the Amsterdam Light Festival going on where all these different artists did different light pieces. And so it was a tour of that on the boat, which was really, really neat. There was one with like spiders. There was one that was like a dandelions like floating, and there was a whole bunch of them. And I think these would have been really cool to see off of the boat, and had it not been downpouring and like 9:30 at night with our like 1-year-old, we probably would have like went and explored these ourselves. And I think they'd be so cool to like walk under, because you're on the boat and stuff and you can't, I mean, the boat's covered, which was super great because it was raining, but not great because you couldn't really experience the vastness of some of these like light installations. Like they were so incredible. There was like someone did Starry Night by Van Gogh. It was just, they were really immense and huge and really, really cool. And so if you guys find out, you know, if you're going to Amsterdam, you're going around this time, I think this is when it happens sometime in December, is the Amsterdam Light Festival. It's really, really neat. It was a really pleasant surprise for us because we had no idea, and we just got on the later boat tour because that's when it worked for us, and they were like, surprise, it's the light tour. So it was great for us. Oh, we had bitterballen, which apparently is very big in the Netherlands. We also had some in Rotterdam. It's like, it was like mashed potatoes and meat mixed together, deep fried with like mustard on the side. I think that's what it was. I'm not entirely sure, but it was very, very good. Very good. And I mean, we didn't really do a lot. We kind of wandered around the city. We didn't have a lot of time to do anything, so I'm very much looking forward to going back, maybe when the weather's nicer. Like I said, the lights, the days are longer, and we can actually like explore the city and take in some of the history, because just unfortunately at our age, you know, not even our age, just at our responsibility level as parents of a toddler, like there's responsibility that comes with being a parent. So I can't just go and like do whatever I want. And I feel like Amsterdam is about doing whatever you want. So if you are free to do so, go explore Amsterdam because I think it could be a really cool city. I will say it felt like one of the sketchier cities we've ever been in. I was much more on like high alert. There was a lot of like creepy dudes wandering around. There was a really creepy dude who like, I felt like zoned in on Zoe during dinner and like kept like making faces at her and like coming over and like squeezing her cheeks, and I felt like maybe he was just like a random creepy like European dude. And then at one point he was like calling to her, he was like catcalling my daughter. He was like, hey sexy, like no, my 1-year-old is not sexy, like get out of here, creepy man. So I was just like, ugh. So that was a big turn off for me. So I don't know. And then I thought maybe he doesn't know much English, and like that is like an English word he knows and just doesn't understand the context of. I'm just trying to like make myself feel slightly better about it because it was weird and uncomfortable. And I was very glad when we were done with dinner to leave the restaurant. And then I kind of was like, oh man, we need to like really watch out because like what if this is one of those situations in like Taken? Should never watch that movie. Anyways. As I said, I'm excited to go explore Amsterdam again when the weather's nicer. I think it could be a really cool city, and I think we just like touched the surface of it, unfortunately. So we'll keep you posted because I'm sure we'll go back. It's not that far for us. So if you like what you saw, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Follow us on Snapchat and Instagram, and we'll keep you posted. We have a lot of really fun adventures coming up for this holiday season. So I'm excited for you guys to come along with us. We'll catch you next time.